Good morning. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Boise Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. It's Pajama Day, the best day of the year, in my opinion, when you get to wear your pajamas to work on purpose. Welcome to all of you. Shout out to those who wore your pajamas today. I love seeing it. Please don't worry. If you didn't wear pajamas today, we're a welcoming congregation. We welcome all of who you are, whatever you're wearing, however you identify, whoever you love, wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. We are a spiritually diverse, justice-seeking religious community proclaiming the power of love at the center of our living tradition. Love of neighbor, love for our planet, and love for ourselves. I'm the Reverend Sara LaWall. I use she, her pronouns. And we're so excited to welcome so many of you into the service today, particularly our families and young people over there at the playground. Hi, give me a hi, friends, back there in the playground. Yo. So, friends, today is a multi-generational service where children and families and all of us worship together. Today's service is centered around a story, so young people, we'll invite you to come on down for the story time because we will need some participatory support to tell this story today. We're calling it a little bit of like a no rehearsal story pageant today. Let's take a moment to welcome our online community, those who are worshiping with us on Zoom, waving at the cameras. Friends on Zoom, we invite you to turn your cameras on so that we can see your beautiful faces and welcome you into our space. We're still getting into the space. We welcome you anyway. We appreciate knowing our friends who are on Zoom, and we just assume that you're in your pajamas. And we hope you are, enjoying your coffee, enjoying the fire and the comfort of your couch and home. We're grateful for the reminder that we all worship together as one beloved community beyond the walls of this fellowship. To our newcomers who are joining us for the first or second time, there they are on the screens. Hello, friends. Oh, hello, Eileen and the new grandbaby. Good morning, Edith and Jill and Diane and Brenda. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Marianne and John. It's so good to see your faces, and Jackie. To our newcomers, a special welcome to all of you who are joining us here for the first or second or third time. We know it takes a lot of courage to join a new community. Shout out to the newcomers who saw it was Pajama Day and bravely wore their pajamas today. Good job. That's even braver. We hope that you'll take some time to introduce yourselves to us officially after the service during our hospitality time or in the chat if you're on Zoom so that we can warmly welcome you. We invite you to fill out newcomer cards in our entryways so that we can keep you posted with everything that is happening here in our fellowship. I'll remind our community that we hold our Christmas Eve service at 5 p.m. this year, a traditional service with candle lighting and silent night, and we hope that you and your families will feel welcome to join us for that on Tuesday. At this hour, in small towns and big cities, in living rooms and ornate sanctuaries, many of our sibling Unitarian Universalists are lighting a flaming chalice, the symbol of our free faith, a beacon of hope, love, and justice, reminding us that we are part of a great community of faith. This is also the season of Advent, a time of intention and reverent anticipation for the miracles of the season. As Unitarian Universalists, Advent asks, what are we waiting for and preparing for in our own lives and in the life of the world? We join in the centuries-old tradition, lighting candles in an evergreen wreath to symbolize the circle of life, love, and light, always with us. Felt like a magical moment right there that the sun just came out. On this final Sunday of Advent, we light the candle of love, representing all we hold dear, our precious memories, our caring for one another, and our beautiful planet that sustains us. Love knows us and holds us, nurtures us. May love find us this Advent season as we rest here for a moment, take in the stillness, and be present to ourselves and those around us. We invite a young person, sometimes when we have one, to light the chalice to remind us of our promise together to build a brighter future and beloved community. So today we have Joe Osborne coming up to light our chalice and our Advent wreath. As we do that here in the sanctuary, I invite those of you on Zoom to light your chalice, your candles nearby, wherever you have them, and share in the chat where it is you have lit your chalice this morning. Yeah, the sun's coming out, so okay, light that chalice first. Then we're gonna light the 3 purples first, and then the pink last. Gotta hold it for like a good 5 seconds. Yeah. There you go. Gonna get there. Almost. Yeah, there it is. Good job. And that pink one. Magic disappears. Come right here, come right here. Friends, I would like to introduce to you our first-time chalice lighter, Joe Osborne. Joe is the daughter of Ashley Henderson. Joe has a border collie named Misty, and she likes to read a lot. One of her most recent books that she really liked was The Giver by Lowry, right? Lois Lowry. Gosh, that name. So thank you, Joe, for lighting the chalice, and welcome. Let's give her a hand. Good job. This time of year, beginning on December 26th, many of our African American beloveds celebrate Kwanzaa, lighting candles on a kinara in order to honor the 7 principles of African heritage: unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, creativity, purpose, and faith. We happen to have one hymn in our hymnal that acknowledges Kwanzaa, connecting it to our own UU principle of inherent worth and dignity. So I invite us all to rise and embody your spirit, sing together hymn 147 in your gray hymnal and words on our screens, when all the peoples of this earth.
We come from and live on land considered sacred by many indigenous peoples, known as Bannock, Shoshone, Paiute, and many other tribes that lived here sustainably for thousands of years, inhabiting a vast region including much of Idaho.
We recognize the long history of the land, long before colonization, and acknowledge the ancient tribes whose names have been lost in history.
With this acknowledgement, we wish to demonstrate our commitment to dismantling the legacies of settler colonialism. We honor Indigenous peoples' connection to the land and support their right to sovereignty.
In the challenges of these truths, may we move through the world bringing justice in every way that we can, listening to the truths spoken to us by Native American peoples, making space for them to re-inhabit this place, and giving them back the resources they need to heal their communities.
Our spiritual theme for this month of December is living love through the practice of presence. And today, just 2 days before Christmas, we remind ourselves of the most important presents of the season. Not the ones that come all wrapped up in bows or big boxes delivered by Amazon. Not even the ones that magically appear under the tree from Santa Claus, but the kind of presents that last forever. The presents that we can give and receive any time of the year. As we enter into this time of worship, I invite us all to take a breath together. Fill your body with breath, knowing that our breath connects us to one another, to this planet. Our breath offers us the opportunity to settle and tune in to our spiritual center, to listen deeply to our heart's own longing. Thou art the song of my heart in the morning. Thou art the dawn of truth in my soul. Thou art the dew of the roses adorning. Thou art the woven whole. Thine is the grace to be steadfast in danger. Thine is the peace that none can destroy. Thine is the face of the need-riven stranger. Thine are the wings of joy. Thou art the deep, to the deep in me calling. Thou art a lamp where my feet shall tread. Thy way is steep past the peril of falling. Thou art my daily bread. Thine be the praise of my spirit uplifted. Thou art the sea to each flowing stream. Thine be the days that are gathered and sifted. Thou art the deathless dream.
It's not the glow you feel when snow appears. It's not the Christmas card you sent for years. Not the joyful sound when sleigh bells ring, or the merry songs children sing. The little gift you send
Greetings. This is how you know I'm taking this seriously. I am doing our call to worship today, and it's by a poet you may have heard of, one Reverend Sara LaWall. And it's called, Call to worship this morning is from Reverend Sara LaWall. It's an invitation to remind us and a reminder to us all. We have each been blessed by our gifts and the givings of others. We have each been touched by kindness and compassion and a love beyond our understanding. We have each known the soft quiet of the night and the whispered possibilities in the stars. And we have each tried to return those gifts in countless ways. Not with pretty packages tied up with a string, but with our presence, with a smile or a hug, a gentle touch or nod of the head, with giggles of delight and tears of understanding. Even now, in the rush to finish all the things, let us remember the truest wisdom that your presence is presence enough. Come, let us worship together.
So I want to tell you about the inspiration for today's story. The inspiration started with a tree much like this one that you see here, that was hanging with beautiful paper stars like the ones that you received when you walked in the door today. This tree was crafted as an auction item a couple of years ago by our own member, Carol Ogburn. And I was so enamored with the tree, I kept it up on the chancel for a number of weeks until the auction winner was announced. I was so enamored with the tree, with the beauty of it, and with the handmade touch of it, that Carol Ogburn last year made me my own star tree for Christmas. And so I've endeavored to figure out ways to bring the star tree into our worship services and into a ritual for all of us to share, and that's what we're going to do today. And I was looking for just the right story to tell today, the right story about presence, our physical presence, the presence of our beings with one another. And I searched and searched and searched and searched and searched the interwebs and found nothing that I loved. So I decided I needed some help. And I asked ChatGPT. I did. Liza would be proud of me. So with my wonderful, excellent prompts and refinement, our story today is brought to you by me and ChatGPT. It is called The Birch Tree and the Star. So young people, would you take a break for a minute, come down front, maybe bring a pillow? There's a few chairs out here so that you can help us with our story today, that you can see the story unfold, and you can be helpers when we need to. We are going to need some help today. We have a few parts for people to play today. Some speaking lines and some acting parts. Come and sit down front. So the first thing I need is a voice. I need a voice of the birch tree. Is there anyone, congregants out there, grown-ups, you're allowed to volunteer too. Anyone wish to be the voice of the birch tree? Steve, I will have you be the voice of the birch tree. Thank you. And I need the voice of the star. I need the voice of the star. Okay, Joe. But you're going to need to share. Steve, would you come down here and sit next to Joe so you can share that microphone? Excellent. Now, see, we've made it so easy, no rehearsal, so here's your cue card. Your cue card. So you see the cue, you'll hear the words, and then your line is in quotes. It's pretty clear right there, right? And then I need some evergreens, and I would like to invite the tallest 6 members of our congregation to come down and be evergreens. Yeah, Desi, come on. You know, you can't miss this. You're the tallest one here. 1, 2, good. Philip, 3, 4, 5. One more tall. Oh, you're adorable. But, okay, Greta, all right. Okay, there you go. 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 You're gonna have to be real tall there. Okay. We know evergreens come in all shapes and sizes too, right? Okay.
There's low branches.
Philip, would you please be evergreen number 1? Desi, I won't make you speak, I promise. Would you please be evergreen number 2? Okay, your cue cards are right there. Travis will say that cue line, so be listening for your cues. Now, but evergreens, you're gonna have to do some acting out. So could I get maybe 3 of you to come stand on this side of the birch tree over there, and 3 of you right here. Steve, make sure that microphone's turned on, would you please? Philip, here's a microphone for when it's your turn. You can, come on now, all the way. All the way, right here, all the way in.
Right next to the tree, yep.
Here's the microphone. When you're ready, you can just stick it right in your pocket. So you're ready. Okay, wait, I'm gonna peek out between you right here. Okay. I'm shorter than the evergreens. Okay, we have our star and our birch tree and our evergreens. Listen for your cues, characters. We'll kind of whisper you right along. Congregation, there might be some, congregational response that is required of you. Travis is going to be our narrator. Take it away, Travis.
All right, here we go. Oop. In a forest filled with towering evergreens.
Towering.
Towering evergreens, good Greta. There lived a single slender birch tree. Her white bark gleamed against the deep greens of her neighbors, and her golden leaves quivered in the breeze like tiny flames. But the birch often felt small and unimportant among the mighty evergreens. They stood tall, cloaked in their dense needles, forming a thick wall of green that seemed impenetrable. The birch tree would often wonder aloud, birch tree?
What use am I here? I cannot block the wind like the evergreens, nor do I provide the same shelter. I feel like I do not belong.
Overhearing her lament, an old, wise evergreen spoke kindly. Evergreen.
Each of us has our purpose, young one. You may not see it now, but you will.
That's right. Sounds very Yoda-like.
Still, the birch could not shake her doubts. As seasons changed, the evergreens remained steadfast, their dark needles holding fast through the storms and the snow.
Could we be a storm? Everyone, could you be a storm? Good job.
Meanwhile, the birch shed her leaves in the fall, standing bare and exposed through the long, cold winter. She felt even smaller, more fragile, and out of place. One particularly chilly evening, a star appeared in the clear sky above the forest. The star, it twinkled brightly, its light piercing the darkness. The evergreens marveled at its beauty. Evergreens, but their thick branches blocked the starlight from reaching the forest floor.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to listen.
Right. Let them block the star. Yep, good job. The birch, with her bare branches stretched skyward, stood open and unguarded. The star's light cascaded down her slender flame, painting her bark with a shimmering glow. Oh! And the forest grew quiet. The forest grew quiet as the evergreens gazed in awe. And one evergreen whispered,
Her. She carries the light of the star.
The birch, startled, looked down at herself and saw the soft radiance illuminating from her above. Her white bark glowed like moonlight on snow, and her slender frame seemed to dance in the starlight. The star spoke in a voice as soft as the night wind.
Little birch, your openness has allowed my light to touch the forest. You bring something no one else here can.
The star's words lingered in the air, and the birch tree began to catch a glimpse of who she really was, deep down, and what she had to offer. She thought about the star's words for a long time, while off in the distance she heard music and began to sing the words of wisdom shared by the star. So why don't we all rise in body and spirit? Let's sing together hymn number 238,
You can go take a
Within
break and sit down.
a Shining Star.
Take your trees with you. You can spare me a minute. All right, thanks, friends. You can be seated. Evergreens, you can too. Take your trees with you.
You're coming back.
We're going to pick up part 2 of the story in a little bit. You heard the star. You heard the star say the words, friends, I need your quiet voices so that our friends in the congregation can hear my voice. So I need quiet voices today. Thank you. We're going to come back and tell the story here in just a minute, y'all, and we're going to need more help. So don't get too busy over there. We heard the star say the words that each of us brings a gift to the world, a gift that no one else can. Each of us has a unique purpose and presence that helps the light of love and hope and peace find its way into every corner and every heart. And when we bring our gifts together, we increase that light and amplify the hope and provide more opportunity for this community and our plate partners to help heal the world. This month, we share our offering gifts with our plate partner, Idaho and Suicide Crisis Hotline 988, in gratitude and support for the healing presence they offer to our community. I invite our ushers to please come forward. Our offering will now be received. our ushers bring our offering gifts forward, I invite us all to join together in the collective blessing of our offering. We bless these gifts freely given. May generosity always be our companion as we walk the holy path toward ever greater compassion and beauty. Thank you. It's time for part 2 of our story, friends. Can you come back and join us? I love that the playground is a favorite place in here. So now, and Evergreens, we'll have you come back and you just get to be your evergreen selves. Those are foxes. So now I'm going to invite all of our young people. All of you get to be foxes, but I only have 6 fox masks, okay? Where's the star? Where's the star?
You want to be the star?
You're a
again?
tree. Would you like a fox? Would you like to be a fox? But everybody gets to be a fox, right? Everybody gets to be a fox. Everybody gets to be a fox. You can share masks. Okay. I'm also giving you lines. Fox number 1, fox number 2, Elizabeth, fox number 3. Okay, and I'll have a microphone for you foxes, okay? So let's pick up where our story left off, all right?
Okay. Each of us brings a gift into this world, a gift that no one else can. Each of us has a unique purpose and presence and helps the light of love and hope and peace find its way into every corner and every heart. And when we bring our gifts together, we increase that light and we amplify that hope and we provide more opportunity for this community.
We already did that part.
Oh, we already did that part. When they say it's unrehearsed. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, here we go again. The star had spoken words of wisdom to the birch tree that helped her feel like presence mattered, and that she belonged in the field of towering evergreens. Nearby, young foxes had been watching and listening to the evergreens, the birch tree and the star. They had always loved that birch tree, often played beneath her golden leaves in autumn, and that night they found themselves drawn to her glowing presence. And one of the foxes, with her eyes wide with wonder, said,
Turn around.
Look at how the star's light shines through her.
And another fox said,
Turn around. All the way up. All the way up. All the way up.
It's as if the forest had a new kind of magic.
It's a hard life for that fox.
Wait for your cue.
And another was so excited they could hardly get the words out.
Excited fox. Excited fox.
Do you think we can see the stars better from here? The evergreens are so dense, but the birch branches are so open.
Do you think you can see the stars better from here, foxes?
The fox friends lay on the cool ground beneath the birch and gazing up at the star-speckled sky.
Here? Foxes, you want to come lay down here and gaze up at the stars with me? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good. It's good down here. We're stargazing, friends. We're stargazing.
Okay. Through her bare branches, the stars seemed closer, brighter, and more alive. The foxes stayed for hours, marveling at the beauty above. And as the days passed, the foxes returned often. They shared quiet moments beneath the birch. They realized that her openness could not only reveal the stars, but also created a place where they could simply be, away from the bustling undergrowth of the forest. Let's all take a moment to simply be. Be present here together. Let's take 5 slow breaths together and just feel the presence of each other. The birch watched them with a gentle pride, understanding that her role extended beyond just reflecting the star's light. She provided a space where others could feel the magic of presence. From that night on, the birch no longer felt small or out of place. She understood that her openness and presence had a unique role in the forest. And the evergreen stood proud and steady. Oh. They offered protection and they offered strength, but the birch brought light into the shadows. They reminded all who saw her that beauty comes in many forms and that we each have a unique purpose and presence in this world. And as the seasons passed, the star's light continued to visit the birch, and the forest, the entire forest, grew richer for it. The evergreens, the birch, and the evergreens, the birch, and her new fox friends. Wag your tails, foxes. They learned to appreciate one another's gifts. And together they discovered the quiet power of presence, shining as brightly as any star. The end.
Okay, good. Can you all stand up? Okay, players, can you stand up and take a bow? Foxes and trees and stars. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Beautiful work, beautiful work. You can put your greens back in the basket.
Awesome. Thank you, evergreens. All right.
You have to return the props.
Oh, it's fine. I think it is. Thank you, Greta. You were a great star. It was very inventive. You can just put it in that basket. Thank you. Oh.
It was quite comfortable down there looking up at the starlit birch tree with my fox friends. Thank you, fox friends. That was a nice little moment. A break. There are so many places and spaces. Sometimes we forget. I wonder if you think of places and spaces you like to go when you like to feel the presence of the world, the earth, love yourself. There are, luckily, many ways in which we can tap into that feeling of presence out in nature and in community together. When we take time to share ourselves with one another, to connect with one another, to offer a tender-hearted hug or smile or whispered prayer. So we share our joys and sorrows and milestones with one another to forge those bonds of care and connection. Today, we share that Diana Barrero Lowe had to have emergency eye surgery and is recovering well at home. We send her our love and care. Janet McClenahan continues to recover well from knee replacement surgery. We send her our love and care as well. And longtime friend Ned Brewer's faithful companion, Peanut Butter, the cat of 19 years, died last week. Ned appreciates all the thoughts and prayers and phone calls. If you are holding someone in your heart this morning who might need the presence of a loving community, I invite you to speak their name aloud that we might hold them with you. May the arms of this community hold all our joys and sorrows, those spoken aloud and those that remain silent and close to our hearts. Let us feel the presence of this beloved community, the presence of grace and love of that which holds all. Let us feel the presence to know we each have a unique purpose and presence to share with each other, with our beloveds, and with the world. Blessed be. Friends in the playground, how many of you love this time of year, the holidays? Do you love it? How many of you are excited for Wednesday? What's Wednesday? What happens on Christmas? I was much like them when I was a child. I, like so many kids, loved the holidays. It was even when it was one of the busiest times of year, I loved it. And even growing up in southern Arizona, where there wasn't really traditional winter holiday scenes like the one on our wall over there, and snow and ice skating, it was still a magical time of year. Parties and special foods and staying in pajamas all day long. And yes, I know I loved presents like many kids do. Who doesn't? But when I think back now on my childhood, I can hardly remember any of the presents I got, except for maybe the Barbie townhouse. That one I remember. But really, what I remember most when I think back on the holiday times of my childhood with such fondness and love are the simple traditions and rituals with all of my favorite people. Like my sisters and I playing Emmylou Harris's Christmas Time's a-Comin' as loud as our parents would let us, singing and dancing in the living room. Like my dad, who would make cinnamon rolls with orange frosting on Christmas morning. The pilgrimage my mom and I would make to Winter Haven, this neighborhood in Tucson where nearly every single house was over-the-top decorated with lights and scenes in the front yard that cars would line up every night to drive through the twinkling displays. We'd pack hot drinks and snacks to sip in the car, and one year we even got to do an open-air hayride through the neighborhood. Like celebrating Hanukkah with my grandparents, which was always filled with raucous laughter and performances from my cousins and I. And I don't think I ever missed a year of going to a Christmas Eve candlelight worship service. Back then, I mandated that my family go to the 11 p.m. service. Today, I'm glad to be in bed by 11 p.m. I'm sure that all of you have memories of your own. I even heard a few memories being shouted back from the playground over there. Those moments that you remember with fondness when you just felt the presence of love and beauty in the season all around you. And even when I became an adult, and the holiday season often meant now that I was responsible for making some of these traditions happen, for making the season merry and bright. And even when I would get swept up in moments of stress and anxiety about it all, because that's just how I roll sometimes, it still has never lost its magic. Somehow, I have always managed to find a way to my shining birch tree. That place or that moment that brings me back to my own heart. Sometimes it's just walking in the house and seeing our Christmas tree all lit up in the dark. Or walking into this sanctuary with our deck the halls ornaments on our trees and our paper chain that goes all the way around. We have lots more paper chain, but they were repairing the ceiling over there. Or it's lighting our candles like we did on Friday night on the winter solstice, and luminarias lighting up our courtyard, sitting in the dark together, whispering our prayers for the new year. Or a silent night on Christmas Eve, more candles, and still staying in my pajamas all day long on Christmas. The magic happens now when my kids ask me to make the cinnamon rolls with orange frosting on Christmas morning, or our annual hike with friends and all of our kids on Christmas Day. Still in my pajamas, I wear them under my sweatpants. It happens when I look up at the night sky, like we were all pretending to do a moment ago, at the stars, and just breathe in the cool air and remind myself it is enough. This life, this beautiful and sometimes terrible life, but filled with opportunities for so much love everywhere we go. This is all there is, my friends, and we are still enough if we let ourselves see the glow. Where is it that you see the glow? That you find presence? Just as the star in our story declared, we each have a unique purpose and presence in this world. And don't worry if you haven't found it yet. It'll come. We each have a kind of magic and glow that shines when we are most connected to presence and when we allow others to see our beauty and our light and just simply be. And even though this is the time of year that often focuses on giving presents, the birch tree and the star help us remember that our presence and the presence of others, the spaces where we can simply be, may be the very best gifts of all. So I invite you today to tune in to that starlight that glows within you, to consider who or what needs your presence right now. And then when you are ready, I invite you to hold that star in your hand, the star that you got when you came in. And if you didn't get one when you came in, we have a few little extra mini ones up here on the star table. To hold that star in your hand and think about who or what needs your presence right now. And then when you're ready, come and hang your star on our birch tree as a physical symbol of our collective presence for each other, for ourselves, for the world, quiet, holy, and beautiful. What I love most about this moment and this tree is that each of these stars represents each of you. So very singularly, but all together in one space. And we're going to leave our star tree up here for a few weeks. So a reminder to all of you, when you're feeling a little bit adrift, or maybe a little bit alone in the world, come and see your star hanging on this tree amidst all of our stars, and remember that you are a part of a beloved community. Friends, in our playground, we're actually going to pray right now. So I'm going to invite all of us to quiet down a little bit, quiet in our hearts and our bodies, and join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and love, holy mystery. In the starlight, may we see our truest selves and know our purpose and presence, giving ourselves time to really feel it deep in our bones. Let us remember every star that has ever shined took the time it needed. At times huddled within the cloud of its making, safe within its chorus of witnesses, encouraged by a celebration of ancestors, and by those who found their way and found more love, more hope, more peace by its light. Let us remember we are all of us part of a great whole, a universe beyond our understanding. Every star that has ever shined took the time it needed, and so too should we. So huddle close with those who made and make you. Loosen into the safekeeping of this community. Listen and wait for the glow to fill your spirit, spilling out all around you, unable to be contained. Remembering the love that fills us and fills this world. The love that will not let us go. In the name of all that is holy, we pray. Amen. Sometimes when we're present enough to see the shining starlight, it can lead us to amazing things, maybe even a miracle. So I would like to invite us all to rise in body or spirit and sing of that star with hymn number 259 in our great hymnal, We Three Kings. And I would like to make a special invitation to those who are in pajamas today to come and join me up front. So friends in the playground who want to come and sing We Three Kings in PJs up front, come on and join me up front here. Your heart for our closing blessing. May the light of the wondrous stars always be our guide to the magic of presence, of our presence, to the never-ceasing glow of love forever, wherever we find it, wherever we share it. Blessed are we all. Go in peace. But not yet. Because it's time, friends, for this congregation's annual holiday tradition of the wildness that is Booth's 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm going to invite you to go back and find yourselves in your seats while we get ourselves organized up here. Yeah, we'll do Rudolph as I'm instructing the rings in a few minutes. Yes, we'll do Rudolph first in a few minutes, yeah. Can I ask you to?
The bird tree says, I have a purpose and I feel your presence.
Oh, thank you. Can I ask you to distribute those, please? Okay, for those of you who need a refresher and those of you that are new, here's how our wonderful 12 days works. You're going to be handed a sign and kind of given a general, crew of people who are in your number, right? So we'll have, 2 turtle doves, 9 ladies dancing, etc., etc. Bill, I feel like you might need to recruit some ladies dancing, a few extra. So you and your group, when your number comes in the song, you are invited to stand and give us your best physical movements that indicate your number, however you wish, and sing out loud. But I need a handful of 5 golden rings over here, please. Five golden rings have a particular job. Bill, would you hand out everybody's little guides to the 5 golden rings, please? Yeah, go find turtle doves. I mean, you gotta join the group. Okay. Friends in the playground, if you wanna come join a group so you can sing. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We need to give the 5 golden rings a little direction. So we're gonna warm up our voices by singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All right, friends, this is the most important part. Your group sings your part. Big and loud. And the 5 golden rings have their own special part. It's a little different, so we gotta let them have their moment in the golden sunshine, okay? Are you ready for 12 days? Everybody sings Partridge in a Pear Tree. Thank you, Sue. Okay. Here we go. double time. Are you ready? One last time. All the way through. From 12 all the way down. Ready? On the 12th. Right? On the 12th. Brilliant. Merry Christmas, everyone.